Hey, it's Heidi. Today we're going to talk about people pleasing. And when I think about people pleasing, I think about sometimes when people say things to me like, Heidi, shouldn't you tone it down a little bit? I remember I was at a conference for I used to be director of operations for the Matchmaking Institute. It's this company out in New York City. It's really great if you're thinking about becoming a matchmaker. And I was the person who helped matchmakers start their businesses. Anyway, I was speaking there one year on sales. And there was this woman who I really looked up to, who I thought was like the cat's pajamas in the dating industry. And like she had books and like followers. And I was like, you're amazing. So I wanted to sit with her and like pick her brain on some cool strategies that I might employ to be even better at what I did. So we sat down, and I'll never forget it. She looked at me and she said, well, first things first, you should really consider dyeing your hair brown. And I was like, really? Because I know it seems questionable, but I was born blonde. I do look better blonde. And she was like, you should really consider, because you don't want people to think that you're dumb. And then you should consider getting glasses, and you should definitely consider wearing suits instead of kind of what you're wearing now. She said, so if you can bring it down a little bit, because Heidi, you don't want to intimidate people, right? You don't want to intimidate anybody. I was like, with what? My hair? I'm going to intimidate people? Here it comes. It's coming for you. Look out. She's going to blow. You know what I mean? Like, okay. I get the fact that sometimes people are going to have opinions about what I do, but here's the thing. If I morph and try to be whoever the popular thing that people need me to be, do you know who I'm going to miss out on? The people just like me. Your vibe attracts your tribe. You've all seen that cute little thing. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And so people don't share or be themselves because they're afraid they're going to turn somebody off. But guess what? You should want to turn people off. Your goal in life should be to turn people off so that you can get to the turned on ones quicker. If the turned off people are just walking away, all you're left with are your peeps, your people, the people you want to be around, the people I want to be around. You know, I think about even when I share things like my bulimia or my alcoholism, my binge drinking, all of those different things that I've wrestled with. Are you sure you really want to talk about that? The binge drinking? Like, ooh, you really want to talk about laxatives? Like, all that kind of stuff. Well, heck yeah, I do, because I know there are other women just like me that have climbed ladders of success and been really successful and had some are overcomers and super strong. But at the end of the day, they're also struggling, because we all struggle, right? I think there's a big aim in the personal development industry to want to look perfect all the time, right? You want to look like you have your shit together all the time, you know, but the jig is up, honey. We don't have our shit together, and none of us do, right? And we're all wrestling or overcoming something, right? So I think this came up again in a session the other day I had with one of my coaching clients, and she was going to share her story at a meeting. And she was really nervous to do it. And her thing was, Heidi, I don't want to share my story because it's not as bad as everybody else's. Like, I never did heroin. Like, I don't touch needles. Like, I was never homeless. I was never like destitute. You know, she didn't talk that way, but she was sharing with me that, you know, she didn't have it that bad. So why should she share her story that involved like Xanax and too much alcohol? And she just really felt like didn't even hit a bottom, really. She was just like, I need to make a change. And I said to her, because there are other women just like you who haven't had it that bad, and they don't even know if they're an alcoholic. They don't even know if they actually have a problem, but they think something's got to give. Maybe they're standing in the kitchen shoveling food and they don't know how they got there, you know, or they're on the 16th diet, you know, that they've been on in the last 6 weeks, you know what I mean? And they're struggling, but they don't think they're bad. They're not that bad. So why get help? Why reach out to anybody? You know, it's really important that you know that you're not alone, you know, and the only way to know that you're not alone is to actually share yourself with other people, so other people step up and go, oh my God, sister, me too, right? And that's what I want. So if you're part of my tribe, that's amazing. I love the fact that you're watching these videos, but I would like to deepen our connection. So will you go to lovecoachheidi.com and subscribe for the newsletter over there? Because I have tons of great information that's going to help you if you are that person who's kind of stuck at that crossroad, or you know somebody like your Aunt Sue who probably has too much wine, but probably will never go to an AA meeting or a treatment, but she needs to talk to somebody, right? Or your husband, who you know is wrestling and running himself ragged at both ends, and all of a sudden he started taking something to cope. Or that person you know who had that surgery and now they don't know how to, there's all kinds of different people, all kinds of different ways to get help. And so I just want to encourage you to speak up, speak out, or at least call me, right? So we can get the ball rolling. I love you. I'll see you in another video. And where we talk more about people pleasing in different ways. There's a bunch of different ways it manifests. Not sharing your story is just one. Anyway, I'll talk to you really soon in another video. Take great care. Bye-bye.